Hello there, guys. This is Ace here, and this is just something that's kind of been, well, on my mind. Not for very long, but it's something that's been on my mind for, well, just constantly within the past week or so. Like I originally wanted to make a video about what happened to Creeps McPasta, but I decided, you know what, I'm going to just do something a little different than that, and I just want to talk about where horror YouTubers are right now, and about how upsetting it is to me that they are at such a high risk. Ugh, boy. It's just hard for me to just talk about this because, like, when I was younger and I was first exploring on YouTube for the first time, I want to say it was like 12, 11, 12, in between 13 somewhere. I found a bunch of, well, just mainly just one gameplay channel, but, that played horror games, and I absolutely loved it because, for one, like, I was young. I was still pretty young. So I had not really experienced anything horror related until then. It was my first glimpse. And two, for whatever reason, it's funny to me watching other people get scared, and also I get to sit back and see this really cool horror game that I would not be able to be brave enough to journey through in the first place. So I adore horror stuff, and of course, since I was a young little pleb in 2013, I was into all of the creepypasta stuff. And I still do like it, though. I'm still very supportive of those who like to write their own creepypastas and whatnot. And even though Slenderman nowadays is pretty overrated, I still think that he's an interesting urban legend. And I also believe that Marble Hornets is probably one of my favorite incarnations of the Slenderman urban legend story. But I keep saying but a lot, but I have to. It's just this whole, like, okay. 2010, I believe, I could be completely wrong, was when Amnesia: The Dark Descent first came out. And it was a big comeback for the whole horror community and horror games in general, and it set a pretty interesting standard for all of them, even though that game kind of looks like a mud fest. It's still a really good game, and it was one of my first introductions to horror games, so of course I'm very nostalgically blind to it. And 2013 is when I was super getting into it. I can speak English, I promise. I loved it. I loved everything about it. I loved just the story, the spooks, the atmosphere, and, just everything. It was great. Not just about Amnesia, mind you, but also just horror in general was such like a interesting thing. And then also moving back to creepypasta territory, I loved listening to other people's creepypasta stories. I preferred listening to them because it gave me something to, listen to other than Game Grumps or someone screaming into a microphone while playing a game or music. It was just relaxing. And I fall asleep listening to them most of the time nowadays. Not because they're boring, but because I've gotten that thing in my head that a lot of these stories will like help me wind down and relax and just fall asleep, depending on the voice of, whoever's telling them, telling the stories, that is. Yeah. But anyway, that was just kind of like me thinking back to when I was younger for a minute. I probably just wasted a lot of people's time. I think I just wanted to give just an example of how how I got into horror and how I've seen horror through YouTube. YouTube was my gateway to horror and everything I love about horror. And it seems strange coming from someone like me who draws mostly cute cartoon characters, but I actually, if you go really far back into my earlier videos, I drew some pretty dark, gross things. I've kind of veered away from that, and I try to not as much, even though sometimes I like to, just for fun, and I also use Halloween as a good excuse to venture back into that territory, but regardless, God. YouTube has been really, really, really stingy. I'm going to use that word, stingy, just to try to keep this video, not slanderous, I suppose. I should use that's another word I should use. Good vocabulary words. But they've been really stingy about how they've been treating a lot of these not only horror themed channels but also true crime themed channels. Rob Dyke is a really good example. You can have your opinions on him all you like, that is fine. I don't care what you guys think of him or his personal opinions. It's whatever. But either way, his channel is kind of in this huge risk zone right now because YouTube has been targeting true crime and basically stuff reporting on real life events, unless it's of course news outlet channels, because those are in the safe zone. Because why would they not be? It's unfair and stupid, but either way. Yeah, and it's upsetting to me because it's just, and it's not even true crime anymore either. But it's also Yandere Dev, for those who know about Yandere Simulator. Yandere Dev posted a video showing the newest feature in Yandere Simulator where pretty much, I guess I won't spoil it for you guys who haven't seen it, but it's really gruesome and gory and disgustingly awesome for people who like stuff like that, because I'm weird and freakish. But YouTube pretty much took down the video because it showed that much, disturbingness, even though it's Yandere Simulator graphics. Yandere Simulator graphics. It's ridiculous. Truly. But God, it's so stupid. Just thinking about it, it's stupid. Because someone had to sit there and be like, oh no, this can't be on YouTube because I say so. It's hard to talk about it for me, and it's very frustrating. I know I'm not directly involved in the horror community, at least not anymore, but I still do love horror-themed channels, and I like true crime channels as well, because I like to, know the stories of, these tragic events, because I feel like it's important to know them, so you can be more aware of the dangers out there in the world around you, especially with someone like me. You know, it's just, it's frustrating. It really, really is. I don't know how many times I'm going to say that, but it truly is frustrating to see the horror community get trampled on like this. And I don't think it's anyone's fault, though. That's the thing. Normally, when it comes to things like this, I can point out one guy who did everything, who messed it up for everyone, but I don't think anyone did anything here. I think it's just YouTube being stupid, like they've been being stupid forever now. And they need to suck it up and realize that they're not television. They're not, and they're not going to be. And even with all this stupid censorship everywhere, they don't realize that even television has true crime shows, and they play horror films. Specific channels just play horror films all day, back to back. And, you know, it's ridiculous. It really is. They can't just be like this. If they want to make a website safer for children, because children, like, have more free time than adults and venture on YouTube more often, I can understand that, but that's what YouTube Kids is for, not YouTube. YouTube is for people who want to creatively express themselves, for being, however they feel like it. And there are some things I feel like should not be on YouTube. Definitely. Absolutely, definitely. There are some things that should not be here, that don't belong here, and are not suited for anyone at all. But other than that, I think if they want to make a safe place for children to watch videos, then they should focus on monitoring YouTube Kids more than they should focus on monitoring the real thing. Because they're only hurting themselves in the process. And it's sad. It really is. It does upset me. I originally wanted to make a video talking about what happened to poor Creeps McPasta recently, but honestly, when I was like trying to, come up with a script and a creative way to express myself, especially since I thought about doing this before Pyrocynical made his video, and then he made a video, and then I was like, well, if I make a video on this, then everyone's just going to call me a copycat, so I might as well just do something else now, or not make a video at all. But now that I've sat back and thought about it, I think I should just do a video on what's happening to the horror community in general. And also, honestly, I feel so bad for poor Creeps. He lost he lost a lot of things that not only are they going to be expensive to replace, but also things that meant a lot of him that cannot be replaced. Like, if my laptop was ever stolen from me, I don't know if I could recover from that, ever, because there are very important images on my laptop that can't be replaced. That's just that. I don't know. I'm probably going to cut back a lot of what I've said in this video. I'm going to hope to make it only maybe 10 minutes. I might not, though. I might just leave everything in because I need to get my just stuff off my chest, and I need to get this out there, and, it's frustrating. It really is. I really hope that sometime soon YouTube will wake up. They will look in the mirror and just realize what they're doing to themselves and everything and everyone else around them. Because this is getting to a point where they're going to destroy their own website if they don't stop. And I really do hope that things get better soon. I still have hope, because as much as they're failing to do basic anything right now, there's always room for redemption and repairing themselves and all the damage that they have caused. And even with all the ads and stuff pulling out, now that they've all pulled out, there's now room for more to come back in. There's room for more people to come and put their ads now. So even though those guys have pulled their revenue, now other companies can come in and put their own revenue in. When that will be, I can't really say, but I have hopes that things will get better soon, and that YouTube will finally decide to, stop being them. That was not a good sentence, but I think you know what I mean. This video is dragged on long enough, and I just wanted to get everything off of my chest and just talk on a real normal level about what's happening to mainly to the horror community, and I guess the whole YouTube community in general. Man, there's like cars and motorcycles and stuff going on outside. It's every time I record, this happens. It could be the silentest day ever, and then I'll be like, alright, I'm gonna record now, and then just hate it. Oh, is that a plane? That's a plane. There's a plane now. See, everything's out to get me. Yeah. I don't even know anymore. I hope, maybe something will change soon. But, yeah. Until then, I guess I'll see you guys later. So, yeah. Bye. Oh wait, actually, before I go, there will be a video game review in, I believe, a week. And on top of that, there will be a anime review within a week. Now, I'm going to leave what they're going to be on a surprise, though. The anime review's in 2 weeks, and the game review is going to be in 1 week. And my webcomic, if everything goes correctly, should be out on the 25th of April, but if not, then it's going to be out on May 5th. So, yeah. If you're still here, then thank you for sitting through about 19 minutes of me just rambling about random stuff. Or, well, not random stuff, but you know what I mean by, my own personal opinions about stuff that needs to be said. Yeah. So, anyway, once again, thank you for watching, and have a nice day. Goodbye.